Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ninth round of Team Endpoint versus Pure Drip in this semi-finals on Vanguard. Not a map which we commonly see, but a map that some of us loves. I'm Kaizen, joining you today is Penzel, and Pure Drip actually wins the ninth round against Endpoint. So they get to pick what side they want to start on, and they will decide on the axes.
I'm still here. I'm just melting at the moment, so I can barely talk. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm kidding. Ladies and
I
gentlemen,
had to
it
shut
has
my
been
window,
nothing.
so
Oh, I'm actually behind the window. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in, giving the opportunity of Battalion. Kai, thank you for the presentation. No, thank you to Pure Drip for picking this map. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I am very terrible at this map. I am not gonna lie to you. This map and I do not get along, but that's a different story. We gotta focus on what matters. Saints with the entry frag here. I know Icons keeping an eye on Icons here. Icons with the trench. On a map like Vanguard, kind of... Again, you have to correct me here. You have to guide me here, Kai. But a trench gun... hey, that's not nice. But
trench gun is a good gun for this map, and
that's what I was going to ask you. That's what I was going to ask
as
you.
well
Proceed.
As the mid house, that is a good area for the trench gun. You see a lot of action there with it, as well as of course the Makel, which is the Russian variant, double-barreled shotgun. Huge damage, but more range drop off, and of course only has 2 shells in. But
I have
still
noticed.
making that shotgun work.
I have noticed, Guy, that the default gun for the Russians, to me, is actually better, in my opinion. I find it much easier to control.
A lot of players say that.
Yeah, like it's definitely a good starter gun for the Russians. I hope to see more Russian maps for in the future for Battalion.
Funny enough, according to Fantasy, if I remember right, the stats are exactly the same for the Russian gun. But a lot of players say it does feel like it's a lot faster in terms of rate of fire, which I think so as well, but apparently the stats are the same as the Grease gun and the MP28.
Well, to each his own. Now, talk to me a little bit about Endpoint. This is actually my first time watching Endpoint, but I do feel like it's not the roster I saw before. You said that there was a team change?
Yeah, there's some players which are not on this roster anymore. Kozjay, he left for Moose, which is one of the players which was at the major of this roster, which they did win, as well as the fact that they won Budapest as well the fact that Reflex is in here as well. So you can see 2 players stepping in, Alexi and Fakes both finished. So pretty much a full finish roster with Mark.
I'm not sure, but right now, Snide and Alexi are the last 2. Excuse me, Alexi is the last player remaining, and we all know and love. That's his name. Oh, okay, wait. This is okay. Alexi is his name or not?
Alexi is his name, but you said Snide.
Oh yeah, because I thought, well, it's not. Alexi's the last player remaining. It's hot. Just leave me alone. It's hot. I can't focus. I do apologize, but it's just having a hard time breathing. Actually, to be honest, not even joking. But right now, we all seen Aslan, what he can do. He always streams constantly. A great player. Actually, he is #1 on the ladder level 10 and #1 as well. So Pure Drip with the great start so far.
Yeah, and it's kind of expected, but now the weapons are going to come in. You see Mark getting the Baker as well as Cinder, TPSH, which I love to death on face, and we actually see the scope on Rep Plan. So this should be interesting to see what they can do with those weapons. Finding some weapons that they can do some impact on. Limited utility, some smokes which they can use, which can block out some angles, which they have blocked out mid-house very well, I like to say. Try and get some control base. Not well enough as Mark Doof does fall in the hands of J Money.
Ooh, Fix with a nice shot there on J. Is that J himself, or that's another J?
No,
that's another J.
Different J. J Money on here is called himself J Miller.
All right, so Jay Mula, well, it makes sense, Mula. Jay Mula gets taken down really quick, actually. Aslan almost gets taken down. Now, Captain Lovemaker here with
Replan.
the sniper, excuse me?
His name's Replan.
And okay, this name's, okay, come on, man. But
It is
we
annoying
have
when
to
they don't
stop.
use their names on
It
there. It's like
is.
Mark.
Well,
He
I
saw
mean,
himself as
I
instructor.
have to call it by what I see, obviously. So, Captain Lovemaker, great name, by the way. If
Replan.
anything, great. Uh, Dear Lord, I swear,
Who
one
does
of
fall
these
to the hands
days.
of icons.
But right now, it's only about Alexi and Cinda. But icons, when you talk about the trench gun, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Putting it to good use in the middle of the map here as Alexi is the last player remaining. 18 seconds remaining. That's to get a kill on Saint Doom, but if anything, one make a difference, and he's going to be retreating. And also, I think it makes sense. You got an STG plus a
Yeah.
sniper, so it's just you got to save everything that you can at this moment.
Especially since the economy is so broke.
Oh
If he
yeah,
dies, he's not going to be able to get those weapons back. And if you do the total, that is equate to 12 tokens that he's got in his hands.
if he dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies. Just like that, it's a very strong start by Pure Drip. Very, very strong start so far. Not used to this. I know I haven't seen personally. I haven't seen enough of Endpoint, but I do know, like you said, and which is it was weird. That's why I was asking you. This is definitely not the roster that I've seen before from Endpoint, but Pure Drip is
We
just
still
doing a
have three of the members still. So Replan as well as Cinder and Mark. They're the same three. It's just they haven't got Reflex and Cosj. So you still expect good things from them since it is still the main core, because you say a core of a team is the three players.
Mm-hmm. But right now, luckily, Phil's the only player that's been taken down, and if they try to go for what it looks like they keep trying to attempt a B push here, but luckily not having the best time around as Alexi trying to make an opening. You can clearly see with the sniper trying to gather info, trying to see if he can create some sort of an opening with the sniper. But unfortunately, he won. Fakes has to retreat after that gunfight there at the moment in the middle. Jay Mula also trying to get that region. Mula is somewhat trapped here, but you can see Calvary is on its way right behind Mula. There is somebody, I believe that is a Saint. Saint with a nice shot on Cinda. That's like the same doing about the last two players remaining here. So take a look at Aslan for a second here with the card 98 on.
He's on the wrong side as they will get the plant down on A, and Replan able to take down another, just leaving Aslan. He does manage to take down Replan. Now it's a 1 versus 2 as he has to retake A, which is tough to do in itself. But Weathercar, he could do some work. Yes, be careful with a shotgun, which Bakeout will strike as Mark has it in his hands. And he's going to get himself a car as well as an STG to work with.
Well, so far that is the first round for Team Endpoint.
And it's a good start for them now. Now they can try and get a string of rounds in as they got the weapons they want. A little bit of economy stuff still left over on face, which they can put into good use in the next round if they win this. And that's what you want to see from Replan. They would take down Saint very early on. Nice angle up onto the balcony. But you can see that these players have practiced a lot as Cinder's got a good angle for getting top mini. Well, wallbang in top mini. And right now, they're just taking control, Team Endpoint. This is what you would normally see from them back in the day.
But I like what they're doing right now. I mean, excellence. Oh, that's well, either way
Hate
right
to
now.
see it.
That's kind of questionable there, but I like definitely what Endpoint is doing now at the moment. Obviously, gathering the troops, rectifying those mistakes from the past few rounds. One more round, obviously, to tie it up. Not only that, but great economy as Fakes has 9 tokens. Obviously, you can split around, but no need at the moment. Everybody has smokes and grenades, so it's completely fine. Meanwhile, Drip Not a lot to go around. Saints only with the STG. And yeah, 2 trench guns. So this is going to be up close and personal at this point. Just gonna have to wait to see how Endpoint is gonna be playing this. They have they have great guns. They have a good advantage so far to be able to tie it up, even plant the bomb. So hopefully they can actually capitalize on this great opportunity. Again, great economy, a lot of utilities coming into play here. One scope. And Mula, however, being a sneaky player there with a nice headshot on fakes. Instructor barely making it alive, if anything. I feel like Kai, I do feel like this map is. It's not that the map is. It's not that the map is bad, but I feel like it's such team oriented. Obviously, it's big and it's just anything can happen in a map like this. It's just I really hate this.
Well,
map. Hate it.
I think it's the perfect size. I think you can do so much with this map, and that's what makes it so great. It's not too many angles that's overwhelming because you can close down the angles very well using smokes or even just using positioning, as well as the fact that you can do some individual performances on this map as well. You can push onto the side from the back. You can push down mid and try and get a kill through the smokes and past the smokes. So you can do so much things with this map, which makes maps like Manor House and Liberation so good, and that's why I put this at the top of it. But Rep Plan, aka Captain Lovemaker, able to get 2 kills on that B bomb site, all left to J Money. 1 versus 2 position is now known and runs out of bullets. So Mark, the instructor, instructing how to get kills there.
That's a good fun. 3-3, but that's exactly what I said. After the last year round, obviously the economy went up, the guns and everything was pretty much. You can say depending on how they play this, it could actually go and on cruise control if anything. I'm talking about Endpoint, of course, with the great economy, great utilities, great guns. So they have a lot to work with here. As you can clearly see, Captain Lovemaker definitely loves that sniper. Taking a player like Aslan here. Not only that, but take a look at Pure Drip's economy for a second. Nothing at this point. So again, they does seem to have the upper advantage on paper, even if it's on the offensive side. So things are looking great for Endpoint, definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely looking great, as well as Face getting another kill in Connector, taking out J Money. Captain Lovemaker is able to get another kill onto Saint, and it's just the advantage going in favor Team Endpoint at the moment. They do try and push towards that B bomb site and fails. Lose is to Fate, or leaving it up to Icons on A site. Not really much he can do. Position is now known. He's trying to go through fire station, just try and get out, maybe try and keep his weapon, maybe take a weapon away from Cinder, but not much he can really do. This should be the 4th round on the board. Well, it will be the 4th round on the board for Team Endpoint as they starting to get their stride going.
But really clearly, I mean, it was somewhat of a slow start for them, and slowly they're gathering the pieces and putting them together. As you can clearly see, they're playing with great confidence. Instructor pushing in right now. It's Icons is the only player remaining on the Pure Drip squad. So. In 10 seconds, obviously, Endpoint will be taking the round yet again. You can clearly see trying to get a frag there. Gets a token, if anything, but gets another kill, of course. That's yet another token. So hopefully they can bounce back with this round. So I feel like they can actually bounce back. Just got to be careful with pretty much, if anything, not enough utilities to go around. And even if Endpoint goes and loses this round, they have more than enough economy to rectify the mistake. Again, if they lose.
I feel like the main thing which they have to focus on is not getting picked off by Captain Lovemaker, aka Replan, because he's been picking off consistently at the beginning, 1 player at a time. If that happens, you need to start changing things up. Like they have now, they change things up so they don't get picked off. The question is, can they hold their defenses? It will be tough after changing things up, trying to do something different. But this B-hole looks actually pretty solid from Pure Drip. Question is, will it back off Endpoint?
And the thing is, the majority of the rounds, most of the rounds have been not because of bomb plants, but rather just obviously taking getting the frags down and eliminating the team. So, oh, Alexi with a nice angle there, very nice shot. So now this creates an opportunity to win the round. Obviously, Saint gets taken down. Meanwhile, there's only one player on top, Jay Mula, retaliating back with a great refrag there.
He's in a
So,
good position to maybe get another one towards mid-house, but he moves away. And it is going to be a B push, and the player at the top mini, he's going to be so important. Aslan, he gets the first frag. The smoke comes in just in time to stop any more pushes, and the bomb is now dropped on site.
Aslan played that really perfectly there with a nice double kill. So definitely setting the tone, obviously, for this round. So again, this is what's going to happen. Obviously, we talked about this a few seconds ago. They lose, but obviously, Endpoint can come back with the economy as well. Obviously, they can get great frags here. And Captain Lovemaker, I love that name, Captain Lovemaker, going for the scope again. Meanwhile, no scopes on the Pure Drips side, but obviously they can. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, Aslan has the scope. My apologies, but the utilities are coming into play now, so this is very good. Ooh.
As I'm trying to peek that, but he's unable to defeat Captain Lovemaker. But the question is, can you get any more? And this is what I've been saying, like the fact that you're able to get these early frags is what's helping Team Endpoint. But at least Georgia are able to cancel one back.
That's correct. But meanwhile, one player in the middle, and I believe that is... Okay, can't really see who's down in the middle. Alexi does manage to get somebody there, but Fakes, that is a very good teamwork by Fakes, and Alexi obviously misses a shot, but obviously calls it out. Fakes answers the call really quick. So that is a great teamwork by Endpoint at the moment, taking down the Fails, I believe it was. Fails are so far 45 seconds on the clock, Kai, and it looks like they're trying to capitalize on a bomb, so to speak.
Yeah, it does seem that way, and the fact that Icons is actually outside of sight in Fire Station is actually going to cause some problems for the retake on A, because A is actually open, but they actually go towards B site. They clear it, just leaving Icons, and the fact that they know Icons is the A player, they know that B is clear.
So again, all these rounds have come to the point where they barely have opportunity to plant. So they're just trying to they're taking the players down just at the nick of time there. So Endpoint, again, if anything, a great job by Endpoint. You know, when you're in a situation on the offensive side, as you start the a map, it's great. Obviously, the more rounds you take offensively, obviously it will go in your favor. So it's all matter. It all comes down to your defensive side. If you can actually play that perfectly, but Lovemaker with that crush, Jesus Christ, what a shot! By
he's done it every single round nearly. Like, they have to expect it. You got to do something to cancel it out. If that's just making sure you don't go there or wait a few seconds extra to smoke it off so you can get across, you can't keep getting picked off like this. And again, it's all up to Aslan. 1 versus 5, which is short, as Mark again instructs them to not peek his team.
Definitely. So right now it's the 11th round so far, folks. So Paradrip needs to win at least these next 2 rounds to at least have some sort of balance before the side switch. Or else, I mean, Endpoint does seem to be looking really solid. Does seem like they know what they're doing. And to go back to what you were saying, obviously, Captain Lovemaker been doing it yet again. So now they're deciding to throw the smoke. Definitely, you gotta watch out. Jesus Christ, you gotta watch out for Lovemaker at this point. So pretty much learned their lessons a little bit too late. Better safe than sorry, obviously, but it's a little bit too late, if anything.
Yeah, it does seem like Team Endpoint just waiting for Pure Drip to peek them, as they do slowly push down mid to get towards A. Why not go for it, but they just gain that control so they can close in the B player so they can't rotate. Fakes closing down Aslan and Ruins. It's actually a player on balcony. The question is, how much effect can he get? And as well as Saint, he gets that frag onto Alexi with the shotgun. Now he's getting pushed from all angles, which he can't deal with. It's a 3 versus 2. Icons is still alive though, but not for long, as the A site is now open for business.
That is great. And Mila's actually going to be pushing that stairs, but can he go and push this through the smoke? He knows he hears stuff moving around. He manages to get inside, but Instructor there taking the best out of Mila. Not enough that he could have done there. So, if anything, a valiant effort on his case, but A is such A. I would like to say that A is more of a. It's kind of hard to retake, in my opinion. It's a little bit tough to retake, especially when a situation when you're on 1v3. But again, nothing else that he could have done at this point.
Yeah, but now we actually see 2 scopes on Team Endpoint. Of course, Lovemaker's got his one, and then Alexi got the other. Nathan can't open up just yet. Actually, saying that, Lovemaker able to take down Icons early on, and that's actually A site open. And Endpoint's going to realize this. They're original team, so they know that he's the A player, and J Money trying his best to try and stop any pushes, but it's not good enough, as the A site is secured for Endpoint. Just leaving one player left alone, which is saying, and what a shot from Alexi through the window. Headshot.
That is a wonderful shot again. Captain Lovemaker definitely putting the work. Also Alexi as well with the, I believe it was Alexi, obviously with the wall bang there on the window, as you said. But Saints again, Saints seems to be a little bit lost here in the middle. Definitely not the best place to be at right now. It's 8-4, so the sides are going to be switching now, folks. So very curious to see Pure Drip on the defensive role. Hopefully they can bounce back. Only 4 rounds to tie it up. So so it's looking good. I mean, they have an opportunity here, obviously, halfway through the match. Hopefully they can bounce back with the defensive round.
Well, actually, they're starting on the offensive.
Offensive, excuse me. Dude, I'm
not a great defense.
It is.
8-4. Well, I know a lot of players do like the Russians' weapon, though. I like the Russian weapons a lot. I prefer it to the Axes. Let's see how much they can do, especially Cinder's position. He gets the first shotgun. He gets a knife kill, but Aslan with a quick reply. But the question is, will they expect nor no as Fakes gets Saint, making it 2 versus 3. And they did not expect Lovemaker to be in the corner. Aslan just runs in and dies. So that's going to be the 9th round for Team Endpoint. A very good start into the second half. Exactly what they needed, and it's on the backbone of Cinder getting those 2 kills right at the beginning.
Oh my god! Talking about it. I came with that confidence talking about the defensive right, and it's Jesus. But either way, right now
from fire station one, he's that call with a shotgun.
Yeah. But right now, Pure Drip obviously, Pure Drip obviously need to wake up here and they need to make something happen at this point.
You have to also remember they got the first 3 rounds of this game, and it's 9-4.
Very quick too. Actually, very quick too. I might add, they actually got those first 3 rounds very quick. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe they got lost in translation at some point. I'm not really sure what happened. But Endpoint definitely got it. Oh, that's gonna be, yep. I literally, I don't know if Bear was watching Icons, but somebody threw a grenade and he literally just aimed down, looked at it, and then ran 3 seconds later after it landed on his feet. What a guy!
I didn't see that. They need to start waking up. I know it's hot. It's getting a little bit late. It's not too late actually, but it's just the heat probably gonna get to the players. It's definitely getting to me. And when he's trying his best to spam.
Sorry.
Actually, on my
No, but it is really hot. I am really having a tough time here in this room. But right now, we have to talking about tough time. Pure Drip definitely having a hard time. Absolutely here. Aslan drop shotting there, Instructa, but excuse me, Jamula drop shotting Instructa, but not a lot. Not at this point really doesn't matter. So
you've lost for words right now.
I'm telling you, it is a sauna in this room right now, brother. Oh
yeah, well, It's also
Gotta
hot on the
focus.
server as Team Endpoint are winning 10-4, getting closer to victory. As they got the weapons they want, they got quite a bit of utility to use. Some nades which they can throw out towards mid and try and stop any mid pushes, or even nades towards statue. A lot of smoke's being deployed already. So Aslan does spot out a player, but it's actually Instructor who gets the first kill onto J Money. Mark getting the kill, he even gets 2 more, taking out Sane and Icons before Alexi goes down, and he's actually gonna survive longer. As he does go around towards tower, trying to spot out that player. He knows there's one there, Aslan. Try and get the angle on it, but he can't get it as he will die. Just making it 2 versus 1 after a great start. Falling to pieces as Lovemaker's the last person left alive.
Well, hopefully this creates a little bit of hope there for Pure Drip, though. I mean, definitely with the same momentum that they came with this round, they have to keep doing it constantly. Obviously, long road ahead, however, but doable. Definitely doable. I'm sure we've seen comebacks before in the past when it comes to a game like Battalion. So it could happen. Obviously, just a matter of timing. And I like though, Captain Lovemaker still will be committing with the sniper. So,
Yep.
and he will stay in spawn for the majority of the time here, unless
He's going
play
towards
happen.
balcony, and he
Oh,
does
no.
get that frag onto Icons. He knows the angles. He will get it and gets the opening frags. That's what you want from a scope player. Very rarely you see a scope player this effective in Battalion. Let's see if the rest of this team can do the rest of the work. As Tails up, pushing out mid, does get Cinder off guard. Now he's getting off guard from the shotgun. How did Alexi miss those shots? He managed to recover after missing quite a few, maybe a little bit too many.
Definitely. But right now, I know, right? I honestly thought he was gonna choke that, but nevertheless, Alexi does get to influence somebody, gets a hit mark, gets a few hit markers. So you have 3 members right now from Pure Drip trying to approach to B. Meanwhile, you got 2 players on top from I believe it's Endpoint. Oh yeah, Endpoint, of course. Endpoint trying to
top mini.
Yeah.
And then you got Lovemaker in heaven doing the work again, but as soon as they start pushing in, Instructor's gonna be there, but he actually pushes himself, getting the last player after Lovemaker gets 2 kills, 11-5. Slowly getting to that finish line to get their spot in the finals, where they'll either face with Panda or Entropy.
2 more rounds and it could be a GG right here on this map. And what a map it has been so far. If anything, Captain Lovemaker with the scope, getting those crosses constantly, surely made a difference on the rounds.
Definitely made a difference on the scoreboard. He's on 20 kills.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that's person to is on 13. As Fanks makes it to that magic 13 as well. And gives his team the advantage in this round.
So speak of the devil. Speak of the devil, and he shall appear right now. Captain Lovemaker controlling the middle area there, as you can clearly see, not having any of it. And he will making slowly pushing in, but Fakes are taking on Mula. So 40 seconds remaining to work with. Not looking pretty for Pure Drip, definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely not looking pretty. Aslan is the last player remaining. He does manage to get 1 before he falls, but it's not enough as Endpoint make it to match point first. And with quite a bit of a lead, 7 points in 7 rounds in front of Pure Drip. You kind of have to call it GG, but you can still see Pure Drip try and make a comeback. They have the players to do it. You have Aslan, which can just pop off at any moment. You have Fells up, nice headshots. Even with the scope, he is magical in his own right, but you have to put it down to Lovemaker. He knows the angles of this map. He knows when players can push from. And he's just controlling it so well and getting those opening picks consistently.
Yeah, clearly right now, as Alexi is trying to push in a little bit aggressive here, trying to control the tower there outside of B. Meanwhile, it looks like it's going to be an A push, so it seems. Two players on A have control. That they clearly have control of the angle, and we all know how tough it is to take control of of A. But Aslan and Icon, both teams trading back and forward. 2 kills there. Fakes takes a bit out of Mula, so Icons is the last player remaining. 1v3, 1 minute remaining here, folks. This is not looking good for Pure Drip or Icons for that matter. I would like to take a look at Icons here with a card 98. Bomb is pretty much on a very tough spot, I might add.
Yeah, it's definitely tough with 45 seconds left.
Mm.
As a card to play with, which is a good weapon in its own right, but he needs to find 3 players. These 3 players are disconnected from each other, but they're on positions where they could go for refrags. Especially since you have Alexi watching the cross. You have a player holding each angle. And there we have it. Alexi finishing things off as Team Endpoint are your victors on this map, securing a place in the finals. But the question is, who are they going to face? Are they going to face Entropy or Wakanda? Oh, I've just been told that it is Entropy, which should be exciting since there was last times when there's, of course, with some roster changes on both sides. It's hard to predict who's going to win it, but it should be an exciting one as it is a best of 3. So make
Absolutely.
sure you stay tuned for that.
Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.